Welcome to Just Say Okay podcast, where we are learning to be planted while walking on water. Now, here's your host, Yolanda Morgan. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Just Say Okay podcast, where I'm your host, Yolanda Morgan. That's me. And if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button and that follow button. All of the above button. um, yeah. So just to jump right on into it, how are y'all? How are y'all feeling? Like back with another solo episode. Been experiencing a lot of other changes and stuff like that, and I can't wait to share them with you all when that time comes. Um, and yeah, I'm so excited. This week has been a really good week for me. I hope you guys are doing well as well, and I hope that you're continuing to grow in your relationship with God and continuing to listen and like follow his direction, because that's one of the things that he's definitely been working on me about. I know, for instance, like one of the things, because I really been like locked in on reading my Bible on a consistent basis like I'm supposed to, and like I read it anyway, but it's like making sure it's like consistent, and really getting to know God through his word. And it really has done a great work of shifting my perspective on a couple of different things. And one of those things that like God has been speaking to me about and that he brought to my attention recently is how, I don't know, I feel like God is calling his people higher and calling his people up, like calling his people out, like out in a good way though, not like I'm finna condemn you. Nothing like that. But like calling us out in such a wonderful, wonderful way. And he just put it in my spirit to talk about this calling, because like I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I have definitely been hearing it. And it's been a repeated thing, like consistent thing, like continuing to like, hey, this, I'm calling you. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And yeah, it's been wonderful. And one of the ways that I noticed is like, is not just me that I'm noticing the call. I'm noticing it from like several other people around me, different people that I know. Like God has been like, if you, I don't, like I say, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I hear it and that thing loud. And he like, come on up a little higher. Come on up a little higher. But yeah. But yeah, just to get into that, that's pretty much gonna be the message for today is, do you hear the call? And what you gonna do about the call that you're hearing? And just to give, if this is your first time tuning in, just to give you a little background. So I've been in a wonderful season of uh, growth, separation for sure, and reformation, transformation, like the whole nine. Like God has been taking your girl through it, been taking me through it, but I'm so thankful, honestly, because I've learned a lot during this time. I will say that. Um, he's taught me a lot of different things, and if you have been keeping up with the podcast, I have talked about a good amount of things that I'm learning and that I've learned throughout this journey. Like I said, I've been without like a full-time job for over a year now, and God has made a way. He made me prepare, and I prepared the best that I could, and then the rest of it, like God has provided. He's provided. Like, hey, it's nothing else. Like, the only thing I can say is God did. God did. And I'm just so thankful. He and I know this season still isn't done. But it's like you can tell when a season is about to change. Like how right now, you guys, some of y'all may be experiencing the sniffles or your chest might be getting a little tight. Like that's an indication that the season is changing. So, I think it's really important to be able to identify when your spiritual season is changing as well. So, my spiritual season is changing. So, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like it is because God is telling me to talk about this. But yeah, so like I said, one of the things that I was in prayer about, and that I've been in prayer about is like the different things that God is calling me to do in this season. So, I'll be doing some other stuff, but like even down to, um, like like I mentioned in my 6 month update video, where I was telling you guys about the different things that God has put into my heart, into my space, and like shown me to do. Like I said, I'm gonna do the merch. So if you haven't already, go ahead on and just be on the lookout. Follow all the pages so you'll be able to know and get alerts when it's time for you to go pick up some of that. And another thing that I'm really, really serious about doing is a journal. Um, I'm gonna do a journal, and those are just two different things that he's having me to do, but um, those are two. It's like I don't know. I don't fully know how to describe it. And hopefully God give me the words for it. But it's just like I said, he just continuing to call us out and call us up. Like I've been in a cave season. I know a couple of other individuals that have been in the cave season. And when I say cave season, I'm referring to that passage about Elijah, and how he went and stayed in the cave, and it was for his development and all of that good stuff. And when God called him out to go and said go, it was time to go. And I feel like that's where I'm at now. And I'm aware that it's a lot of other individuals that are in that season as well. And I just think it's really important to talk about and to push my peers forward when it comes to coming on out that cave. And when I say that cave, like you've been in there long enough. God has like worked on you. He has developed in you what it is that he wants to develop. I know for a fact he's not done, but he's brought you to a point where it's like, okay, I took this out of you and I put this in you. Now I need you to go put this in the world. I need you to show the world. And one thing I will say, like people who don't have a relationship with God, and it's not everybody, and some of them just flat out do not acknowledge God. Um, they have no problem coming out into the world and doing and saying and putting out there what they want to put out there, as negative and as bad as it may be. They don't have no problem with saying it and doing it. But we as Christ followers and the children of God, it's like one of those things that we come to a point where we feel like we can't come out of hiding, come out of the cave. Um, and a lot of the times, and I'm speaking from personal experience, like you be thinking all of these negative thoughts about, okay, well, what if this don't work? What if they judge me? What if they got something to say? And just going over and over it when God had already called you out. He said, hey, Come on out. I'm calling you higher. If you stay there, I'm gonna make some. And then I love God, because one thing about it is sometimes He will allow you to stay there, and a lot of the times you end up suffering because you won't come out of that cave. Um, and sometimes you get depressed. Sometimes you go into darkness and all of that. That like you in the darkness, literally in the cave. So sometimes you do get down and you end up depressed and all this, that, and the other. But that's because you won't come out. You won't come up out of the cave. He called you out. You just got to come out. Like it's nothing. It's not a boulder. It's not a giant rock blocking you from coming out of hiding. It's literally you. It's literally a mental block most of the time. And one thing about it, like I said, God won't let you stay there. Like God will make that thing so hard, so uncomfortable, so ooh, where you can't stay there. You gotta come out. Like, and that's one thing I love a lot about the Lord, but that's one thing for sure I love about God, because sometimes, and some people, like, they won't change if they aren't pushed. They will not change. They will not grow. They will not go anywhere if they aren't pushed. And high key, your girl might be one of them people when it comes to certain things, and like being on a platform. That's one of the things like I was kind of apprehensive about. But you know, we here and we doing it, and y'all seeing it, and it's growing, and I'm excited about it. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, it's really important for us to come on out that cave, because like I said, you don't want to get in a situation where now it's hard in the cave. Like, you've been in the cave, God been providing for you. He's been bringing you the food and water that you need to survive. And now he's at the point where it's like, okay, now I told you something while you was in here. I let you know this is what I want you to do while you was in here. And it's up to you to see if, like, it's up to you to do it. Like, I provided for you, but now you got to come on up, out. And yeah. So this is a call for my people who you've heard the call. Ain't nothing to it but to do it and just say okay. Just say okay and come on out. 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 You gotta come out, y'all. And I just think about like you could look at like Jesus. Jesus was in a cave. He was there in the wilderness moment, like 40 days in the wilderness. Him convening with God, and like right before his ministry was about to take off, doing all those different things to, like, God put him in that season to develop him and all that good stuff. And imagine if like Jesus would have been like, I know you called me to it. I know you told me to come out the wilderness, but you know, what about, and what you calling me to, and I know you calling me out, but you know, God, it's just this weight and this thing that you have on me is just so heavy. I don't know if I want to come out. I don't know if I want to leave where I'm at. Imagine if God, like Jesus, would have said that, we probably wouldn't even be here. If he would have had the mindset to be like, you know what, I'm gonna choose me. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm comfortable over here. I'm just gonna be where I'm at. Imagine if he would have said that. Imagine how that would have went. Like, and it's crazy to even think about. But yeah, if God is calling you out, you gotta answer the call, y'all. Like I said, other folks who don't know God, they have no problem with coming out here, putting out whatever they gonna put out into the world and all that good stuff. But we as the people of God, like, trying to be fearful, trying to hide, trying to be quiet and shy when you know God done put like so much more in you. It's crazy. And we gotta stop it. I'm just here to say it. We gotta stop it, y'all. Put it like God don't give you those dreams to let them die in you. Like he don't give you the visions to let them die in you. He gives them to you in order for you to use them and to use them for his glory. And if you're keeping them to yourself, like God don't like selfish. And you keeping those things that he's told you, put this out there, that's straight up selfish. And he's not pleased with that at the end of the day. Whatever way you want to cut it, he's not. But yeah, like we got to do better. People of God, we got to come on out. It's so much more that you have to offer the world. I know it is. And I'm speaking to myself too, because I know it's a lot that I have to offer. And I know it's a lot that God want to do with me, but I have to get in alignment with where he's calling me to. And that too is not in that same spot that you've been in. It's out. It's out of hiding. It's out of the cave. It's much more. So, like I said, if you don't do nothing else, if you don't get nothing else from this small message, small but mighty, short but mighty message, come on out. Come out of the hiding. Come out of the cave. Just come out. It's time. It's time. It's time. I know y'all can hear it. It's time. And he trying to push us forward, and we can't push back on him. We just got to move forward. So, but yeah, like I said, that was pretty much it. It wasn't much to it this week. Just something nice to get y'all motivated. Exhortate you guys a little bit. Because we need it. We be needing it, y'all. And I get it. And I would love to... Not even I would love. I am going to invite some of my people on here to help them come on out. Come on out of hiding. It's time. But yeah. So what I'm saying okay to this week is new beginnings. I'm so excited. And I be tickling myself because I am excited for the new beginnings, but I low-key got a little PTSD from like you never know like what's coming over the hill, because of course with new blessings come new lessons. But I'm embracing it all because I know I got God on my side, and I know he gonna hold me down just like I'm gonna hold him down, and we're gonna be good regardless. So yeah, I'm saying okay to new beginnings. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys for this week. Next week, I'm excited for you guys to tune in because I got another little special announcement or whatnot, and we're gonna get into that when we get into it. But yeah, other than that, go out there, just say okay, be blessed, and have a good one. Well, look at you staying the whole time. Thank you for tuning in to Just Say Okay podcast. If you would like to reach me, you can follow me on Instagram at justsayokpod_, or you can email me at okgodpod@gmail.com. And as I said before, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Just say okay, y'all. Have a good one.